Whoa, well, good day, folks, and welcome to this edition of Lumberjack Logic. Buckle up, hold on, stick through the whole report. This is nuts, okay? This just broke out of the Gateway Pundit, but huge development. NSA reveals in FOIA response that the FBI was involved in improper surveillance of 16,000 Americans. This is nuts, but it gets better because you're going to see an internal agency fight developing here, folks. Stick with me. Hey, and if you haven't subscribed yet, come on. Anyways, okay. So, he talks about, so Joe goes back and he talks about 91% of the riots that resulted in the most extensive property damage in U.S. history. Of course, BLM, Antifa linked. Then, January 6th, we had all these people show up in D.C. 900 individuals went inside the Capitol. There was not a ton of damage, folks. And over 400 have been arrested, including those who were waved into the Capitol. Okay. Now, since January, the deep state and Democrats will not release videotapes to Republican lawmakers from January's the inside or outside the Capitol. Earlier this week, Revolver News, that was a huge thing. We talked about that the other day. The unindicted co-conspirators were frequently the most violent and leaders of the assault, and they are also likely FBI informants. Seriously, folks. We also reported earlier this week that we have proof that the FBI was actively recruiting military members to infiltrate and spy on the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys. Okay, that was the article by the former Green Beret. Now, tonight, they have truly obtained a bombshell. It started this morning with our post related to Ty Clevenger and how the FBI responded to his FOIA request and basically said that they would only provide the documents Clevenger requested at a certain pace, and based on Clevenger's calculation, based on the number of documents, this exercise will take decades. It's a FOIA. It's a Freedom of Information Act, okay? Enough of this, folks. Affidavits everywhere. We, the people, have got to take this over. After we posted this afternoon, Clevenger received a letter from the NSA, National Security Agency. In the letter, NSA promised to provide records related to the FBI's illegal spying on Americans. Ho ho! The National Security Agency has agreed to produce record about the FBI's illegal snooping on 16,000 Americans, according to a letter that I received from the NSA this afternoon, he says. And that suggests a political fight between the two agencies, folks. The NSA replied to the exact same request Clevenger provided to the FBI when he received this response that it would take the FBI decades to respond. Here's the NSA's letter. Thank you for your 22 March 2021 correspondence, appealing the response from NSA to your request under FOIA. You had requested all documents, records, and other tangible evidence reflecting improper surveillance of 16,000 individuals described in a 6 December 2019 FISC opinion. Your initial request and appeal has been processed under the FOIA. I have reviewed your request, the agency's 5th March 2021 response to you and your letter of appeal. Based on my review, I am granting your appeal. Your request has been returned to the FOIA office to process your request. Given that your FOIA request is now the subject of litigation in the Eastern District of Texas, questions regarding the request should be communicated directly to the Department of Justice attorney representing the government in that litigation. Linda M. Kiyosaki, Freedom of Information Act Appeal Authority. As you may recall, Admiral Mike Rogers tried to shut down FBI access to the NSA database in 2016 while he was serving as NSA director after learning that FBI contractors were illegally searching the database. At the conservative Treehouse, Sundance has built a solid case that FBI contractors were exploiting the NSA database for opposition research on political enemies. One of the contractors with access to the NSA database, for example, appears to be Fusion GPS, which helped Christopher Steele's produce the infamous Russia collusion dossier. Folks, there is so much in this. I will link this below. It just keeps going on, folks. You got to read this. This is good. Hey, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much for listening to Lumberjack Logic.